Alex Barbir has gone on an international interview to recount the horrible incidents taking place in Nigeria, the horrible killings, maimings, sacking of villages that belongs to the Christian enclave. These are things that the government tried so hard and fought so hard to deny and cover, but he's bringing it out, and a whole lot of other people are speaking out and still speaking on this Christian genocide. We know if we allow this matter die until something drastic is done about it, until Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is the architect of this problem, is booted out of office, we know if we allow am rest. Well, let's see Alex, talk like a true Nigerian.
Let's go back to Africa, where Christians are literally being killed and no one says a thing. Alex Barbir is a U.S. humanitarian who has spent a lot of time covering the murder of Christians in Nigeria, in Africa. They are being slaughtered by the thousands, largely by Muslims. Alex, good to have you back. Take us through what's really happening to Christians in Nigeria right now.
I'll tell you factually, every 2.5 days in Plateau State, Nigeria, Christians are being targeted. Just over the past 2.5 to 3 months, there's been over roughly 50 attacks. Hundreds have been killed just in one singular state. Just recently, a few days ago, over 20 Christians were killed in one attack. They attacked a hospital, they killed a doctor, they killed patients. Just a few days before that, they killed 9. In fact, they killed 2 children, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old. They cut a child's face in half. And these are the things that Christians are facing in Nigeria and other countries around the world.
Is the government doing anything about it?
They say they are. They act like they are. In fact, they're paying a lobbying group in the U.S. $9 million to tell the U.S. government they are. But the reality is that on the ground, it is different. You cannot say that you are protecting Christians when I'm on the ground and I see them being killed. I'm rebuilding their villages because they're being attacked. Even I've had my own worker who took a machete to his head recently as he's rebuilding a village. And so these are the facts.
Wow. And this is largely Muslims that are killing Christians there. Is that accurate?
That's accurate. You have groups like ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, but then you have the Fulani militants who are also 99.9% Muslim.
Okay. And then is it true that in Nigeria, Arab Muslims are also enslaving black African Christians?
You know, historically, Islam had been the people who have primarily enslaved Africans. They talk about the transatlantic slave. They act like white people are the ones who've enslaved the most people and they hate black people. But the reality is Muslims enslaved more people than the whites did. And that's a fact. And so you have this still happening across northern Africa and in the DRC.
Yeah. To be clear, black people enslaving other black people. President Trump, he hit terrorists that were killing Christians in Nigeria on Christmas Day. The New York Times said this, quote, thousands of people are killed every year in Nigeria in battles over land, in kidnappings, and as a result of violence or terrorism. Among those killed are both Christians and Muslims. Do you buy that assessment?
So there's a dynamic that we have to understand very clearly. Across the middle belt of Nigeria, Christians are being targeted. In states like Plateau, Kaduna, Taraba, Benue, Muslims are not being killed. Fulani are not being killed. In the northeast, in the northwest, where you have groups like ISIS and Boko Haram, they do kill both because they do not subscribe to their ideology, and it's primarily Fulani who are doing the killing. But that means that in the center of the country, you have Christians that are only being targeted. They're not killing Muslims. Yeah. And so everywhere across Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, but there are pockets of regions where Muslims are also falling victim.
Thousands and thousands. We don't have numbers because nobody keeps track of the Christians being killed. Some estimates up to 100,000. Alex Barbir, we appreciate you being here. Stay safe. Keep doing the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting, right? It is quite unfortunate that it is foreigners that are carrying our cause on their head. Why our leaders pay money, lobby to actually cover up these atrocities going on in Nigeria. It tells you everything you need to know. Nigerians, wake up. They are playing politics with your life. If the government wants to fix insecurity, it can fix it. Abacha said it. If insecurity lasts more than 24 hours, then the government of the day is involved. And we have seen this thing play out over and over and over again. When will enough truly be enough, Nigerians? Wake up. and deliver yourselves from this rot before it is too late. See you around. Peace.